If you don't have self-respecting, self-honoring, healthy boundaries, if you don't feel safe to say, no, that's not okay, or if you don't feel safe to simply say, actually, that's not going to work for me, but I appreciate you thinking of me, you are going to continue to live your life for other people's approval, other people's acceptance, just to be liked, right? To be validated. That's why it's so important to really get honest with yourself and ask yourself, okay, this person I'm hanging out with, or this dynamic that I have with this family member, or this person that I'm dating or I'm married to, if you get really honest about the dynamic there, is it dysfunctional? Is it suppressing? Is it unhealthy? Is it one-sided? When you get honest with yourself and you ask yourself this question and the answer is yes, I mean, I really feel like that's where one of the main places of starting to rewrite your story and create and live an aligned life, that's where it starts. It's with setting boundaries with dysfunction in your life. It's with replacing these bad or, really hurtful habits that you have with new, like good ones, healthy ones, ones that are actually habits that are actually helping you to get to, this goal or get to this next chapter in life. Like it's boundaries with people, but it's also boundaries with yourself and your old way of thinking and this programming that you have. And here's the thing. I mean, I'm like laughing, not because this is funny, but just because it's like, my God, like I've been working on this forever and there's always new stuff. I mean, that's the other thing. There's always new stuff, new chapters in life to where you're constantly just learning how to, or going to have to learn how to and lean into more and more of, honoring yourself, respecting yourself, and being honest with yourself. So let me just kind of back up here for a second. Let's say you are someone, my love, to where you're like, okay, I am tired of being taught to by this family member. I am tired of them expecting for me to drop everything I'm doing to show up and be there for them. I am tired of them assuming that whenever they had this big thing going on, let's say someone in your family, into where there's always like a big to-do, or they're doing a travel or whatever it is, and it costs like a lot of money, and you're like maybe in the middle of starting a new career, or maybe in the middle of, going from full-time to part-time in a job you hate to really start your business, like, and you're want to be conscious of your finances, but they're like, well, why are you being cheap? Or why can't you make it? Like those people who can't support you or understand or even be open to the changes happening in your life, like that is what I would define as having a dysfunctional relationship with somebody. Okay. So I think it's important to just really be present with yourself and to really be honest with yourself and ask yourself, the relationships in your life, which ones do you feel unsafe in, or which ones do you feel are more about like they're more one-sided than mutually beneficial? Right? Where do you feel so drained, unseen, just bad about yourself or bad about your life or where you're at with after you're hanging out with a certain somebody in your life? Like, who are those people? And you want to start setting boundaries with them, right? That means not texting them back the same day. That means not taking their phone call, okay, every single time they call. That means not going to every event or party or going to every, thing that they plan. Like, it's saying no, especially if you have something else going on, and really even if you just don't feel like being in that type of energy. right? So I'm giving you like a broad example here. I mean, I feel like this is very relatable. I feel like we all have that family member to where we're like, shit, I really don't want to go. Or like, crap. I'm going to try not to cuss that much in these future videos, but you're like, shoot, like, you're like hyperventilating, or you're getting really anxious when you see their name pop up on your phone, or you see them texting you, right? Like, this is a sign that this relationship needs boundaries. This is a sign to where you really need to learn how to advocate for yourself and use your voice and speak up and really start asserting your power, like really just your voice. And you're like, okay, yes, I agree. Maybe you're like this. I don't know for sure, but maybe you're like, okay, I agree with what Nikki's saying. Well, I created this free download called Rewrite Your Story, and it talks a lot about the concepts you have of yourself, where they have come from, and how to start overcoming them, how to start rewriting your story and creating a new identity of yourself. And this is the very first coaching exercise that I give all of my private clients, but I've attached it here in the description box below if you want to download it and start working on getting clear about why you feel the way you do about yourself, why you behave in certain situations the way you do, and why you actually physically do the things that you do, and why you have been living this life that you've been living. So if you want clarity on how do I come to be like this, I'm not saying it's all bad, right? Like, we all definitely have good things too, but if you want crystal clarity on, okay, why am I like this? These are the things I don't like. These are the things that I want to, start overcoming, or these are the things that are good, and these are things I want to lean more into. That exercise, Rewrite Your Story, below in the description box. It's totally free. It's really going to help you. I promise, I promise, I promise. So go get that if this is speaking to you. And the other challenge I want to give you, and then I'm really going to wrap up here, I promise. Think about that person to where after you spend time with them, whether you're talking to them on the phone, texting with them, or hanging out with them in person, going on a trip with them, if you feel drained, if you feel worse about yourself, if you feel more negative, like, that is a telltale sign. That would be your first experiment on learning how to set that healthy boundary. Okay? All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.